would throw their younger daughter Karen's birthday party at Allerton Castle. The Williams family had been living in London for many years, and their younger daughter Karen was about to turn 10 years old. Karen also had an elder brother named Harry. Harry did not talk much to anyone in his house. Everyone thought that perhaps he was quiet because he was a teenager. But Karen always felt that Harry was very troubled. Harry had forbidden his parents several times from coming to Allerton Castle. But they did not listen to him and booked the castle for 5 days. Karen's birthday party was on the 5th day. As soon as the Williams family reached Allerton Castle, Harry's expressions changed even more. Karen noticed this and tried to ask her brother what the matter was. But he did not say anything. It was night by the time they reached there. And that is why the Williams family went to sleep after having dinner. While going to their room, there was a strange fear on his face and he was sweating due to fear. Harry held Karen's hand and took her to her room. Karen was not able to understand her brother's expressions at all, so she asked Harry about that child. Harry was shocked to hear this and he told Karen to stay away from that child. After this, both of them slept in their respective rooms. While sleeping, Karen felt as if someone had put a hand on her head and slowly. That hand was going to her throat and suddenly started choking her. As soon as Karen opened her eyes, she was shocked to see Harry sitting on top of her and strangling her. Karen started screaming out of fear and then her parents came running into the room. Karen told her parents how Harry was trying to kill her. Her parents got scared after hearing this. Harry had never done anything like this. Harry suddenly started crying and said that when he looked, instead of Karen, a scary person was sleeping on the bed and that is why Harry attacked him. His parents thought that maybe Harry had some kind of hallucination. So that night they made Harry sleep in their room. After that night, Harry mostly stayed in his room and she was looking at the garden from the window of her room wearing a play dress. When she saw in the mirror that the same child was peeping into her room. As soon as Karen turned, that child was no longer there. Karen went out of the door and into the corridor and she saw that the child was standing near the staircase and smiling, as if he was calling Karen to play with him. Karen also started moving towards him. But then suddenly something happened that the ground slipped under Karen's feet. A very scary man came out of the darkness of the corridor with a hammer in his hand and he hit that hammer directly on the child's head. The child fell down the stairs because of that blow and disappeared as soon as he fell down. Karen screamed loudly after seeing this. The man's eyes went towards Karen and he started coming towards her. Just then Harry came there and pushed his sister Karen and himself came in front of that man. The man went through Harry. But as soon as this happened, the man also disappeared from there. But Harry started shivering badly. His eyes became white and foam started coming out of his mouth. Harry fell down there and his body started getting stiff. He was looking very scary. Harry became absolutely still in no time. He was dead. Seeing this, Karen was terrified from head to toe. She stood there frozen for some time. But then she gathered courage and went to Harry's room and called her parents from Harry's phone. When Mr. and Mrs. Williams reached home, Karen was unconscious in Harry's room. When she regained consciousness, she did not remember anything. The entire Williams family was shaken by this incident. When they went through Harry's belongings, they found his diary, in which he had written that he could see dead people. Harry had tried to tell all this to his mother in his childhood, but she never believed him and ignored him, thinking it was a joke. Harry started feeling that one of his gifts was a debt, and he was very worried about Karen's safety. As soon as he came to Allerton Castle, Harry started seeing the spirits living there, and he was further worried on knowing that Karen too started seeing the spirit of that child. Apart from that child, there was another evil spirit there, which wanted to kill Karen, and while saving Karen from that spirit, Harry sacrificed his life. On asking around, it was found out that Harry was telling the truth. If the stories of this castle are to be believed, then 3 spirits lived there. Sometimes someone saw the ghost of a woman, whom people called the mistress of the castle, sometimes of a small child, and there was also the ghost of a very evil spirit. People say that that evil spirit is of a carpenter who worked in that castle, had a fight with the owner of the castle, and hence the owner of that castle killed him brutally. Since that day, the entire Williams family could never celebrate Karen's birthday again. Them of a very horrific accident. Reminded.